Greetings, Commanders, and welcome back to the Bounty Hunter series here in Elite Dangerous. I have finally found us a covert espionage mission. It's been a while since we've done one because they haven't been showing up in my mission set, but we finally found one today. So let's go ahead, get back to our excellent bounty hunting ship. As I've said before, I feel like the Mandalay is just a much better all-rounder. A much better all-rounder. Let me put it that way. It's not a better combat ship. But it is a better all-rounder because the Cobra Mark V and the Corsair are definitely better combat ships. But the Corsair struggles from a little bit of maneuverability issues. Oh, it's in the same system as we're in. Hold on, let me figure that out. We'll talk about that in a second. We need to go to this one. Cool. So now we can get out of here.
Detachment complete. Exit the station quickly and safely.
Whoops. So trying to make sure we don't hit that ship and get a fine. The Corsair, it has is less maneuverable than either of the Cobra and Mandalay, and the Cobra has a little bit of a weapons hard point shortcoming. Now, the Mandalay doesn't really fix that, but being able to add another one on there does add to the DPS a bit. And I don't know, there's something about the whole medium ship that just feels better as a bounty hunting all-rounder kind of ship to me. And, you know, I kind of felt that when we were watching The Mandalorian, because when he switched over to that starfighter, I was like, well, how is he supposed to transport anything in that? So, from an actual, from a gameplay perspective, the Cobra is probably better, but from a, feeling like you're actually doing something perspective, the Mandalay just, I don't know, it feels like a better all-rounder ship. And it looks more aggressive. It looks cooler. It looks more graceful. I don't know. Now I'm not taking back anything I've said about its appearance in the past. I'm still not a fan of the big, ugly, thing on the bottom. But I've lived with it long enough that it doesn't really bother me anymore, and I'm able to appreciate the appearance of the rest of the ship a lot better. I wish that they had chosen a design that spread out the bulk of the ship a little bit more. Something a little bit, not something where like you have this thing hanging down off of it, but something where maybe the rest of the middle part of the ship was a little bit boxier or like curved or whatever, and then the wings came out off of that. I think that would have looked nicer. I'm still just not a fan of the ugly. I don't know. The top of the ship is really graceful, and the bottom of the ship is very utilitarian, and it's just kind of jarring to look at it when you're like actually paying attention to it. You don't notice it too much when you're just kind of hanging out and doing stuff, but when you stop to just look at the ship for a minute, you're kind of like, So, I don't know. I'd like to see that be adjusted a little bit. I know they're not going to. They've settled into the ship, and the ship is what it is, but I would love to see a redesign of that. Looks like we're going to be in night mode for this one. Let's get ourselves down here. All right. Oop. Trying to make sure we get into glide and we don't slam into the drop zone, because that's always super annoying when that happens. We'll turn on night mode because it's in a shadow here. I actually do need to start using the throttle a little bit more. You get much smoother landings if I just time my reduction in throttle properly. Are we gonna land? There we go. All right, I'm thinking about, well, we can disbark while I think about it. I'm pondering in my mind whether we should bring some e-breaches with us. The problem is that this is a covert mission, so if I get caught with e-breaches on me, yeah, I don't think it's worth the risk. There's no bounty. I have no bounty here, and ideally we don't want to get caught with anything. let's stop and take a second and make sure that I have my security dumping thing bound to a key I can actually use quickly. What is my clear authority level? Do I have my mouse button 4 bound to anything? All right, yeah, I think I'm gonna bind that to my mouse button 4 because we need to be where'd it go? Because we need to be able to dump that really quick. Because if somebody decides to scan us while we're running around, I need to be able to drop that real fast. All right, what's this guy got?
All quiet here.
He's got a 1. He's got a 0. Can we get somebody inside? They've got a 3. Not gonna get it. And there's no window. I needed to have a much better... Let's see, can I get... Nope. We can get him if we can get him to... we can get him if we can get him to stay in one spot for a minute. This is like the perfect spot to grab something, but I don't know. I'm leaning over like I'm leaning over like I can see around the corner there. Unfortunately, I cannot. I have to imagine that this is where I think the alarms are either over there in that corner or right over here. Yeah, they got to be over. I think they're over in the corner there. All right. I don't know how long it's going to take for this guy to come back. Oh, he's right there. Never mind. Go ahead. Go do your thing. Oh, can you not look out the window here? Stay there. Stay there. Stay there. Okay, cool. So, we just got to be super careful to not get noticed by anybody and stay out of the red, keep the red zone out of their thing there. And hopefully we don't run into any guards. Make sure we have a med kit on us just in case. I don't know where he is. I just want to know where he is first before I go, because if he's on the other side of the room, I could go in here and disable these, and then when he comes back over here, I can run around to the other side and get the... So I'm pretty sure he's over there.
Hey!
Yeah, shut up. Yeah, he's right there, so... Where's the turret? Where's the authorization scan? It's usually over here, I thought. Maybe I'm not remembering correctly. Point defense, anti-ship. And then what's that one? So if she can go back over there, I want to turn these off just because why not? Probably going to need to visit a terminal. I thought it was going to be in here, but I guess not. So we're just waiting for her to go way over there. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Get out of my field of view. So yeah, it's just the turrets. Oh, come on. I can't... Okay, what's over here? Alright, I need a terminal, because I assumed it was going to be in that room, but it just wasn't.
Hey!
Is there a terminal in here somewhere? It's an exit. It's really annoying when they don't give you a terminal anywhere.
This won't take long. Just a quick scan.
That's why I wanted to have that available.
I thought commanders always respected the law. Get going.
Hey, put that. That's against the law.
Crap. What? What? Crap. I'm gonna have to kill her too. I need her security clearance back. I didn't want to kill anybody, but didn't leave me a choice. I should have just killed her to begin with. Alright, settlement alarms are now turned off. I also need a terminal.
This is a restrict. Maybe this.
Alright, that gets rid of authorization scans. I mean, if we're gonna go in, we might as well go in. Not a single terminal in this room, in this building. Alright, let's try to minimize our exposure now. Look at this, man. Not one single freaking terminal in this entire building. What kind of crap is this? Alright. Oh, I got rid of my clearance. Damn it. That was stupid.
Get visitors here.
And we were in the security room, too. Damn it. That was stupid.
Why are you so close?
Let's go back in there, then.
Hey, just a minute, Commander. You've been caught!
Fine. Well, I don't know. We could probably just set security data port 1. Right here. Alright. Well, I guess that's it then. Where's the ship? Well, that didn't go according to plan. We ended up getting ourselves a little bit of notoriety there, so unfortunately, sometimes you get a little bit of spilt milk. Nothing you can do about it. Every once in a while, that's the way it works out. So yeah, I'm personally not a big fan of, like, I love the top of the ship. I just think that this piece down here is just, I'm not a fan. Not a fan. But yeah, we need to get back to the station and turn in our stuff and... yeah. Settlements off. Target Jameson Memorial and Super Cruise. And we'll boost out of the atmosphere. Get on target. Gotta be careful about that. I almost screwed that up and slammed back into the planet. Okay, get things under control a little bit. Probably have to boost one more time. Just waiting for it to recharge. Should have followed my... I was right on the border between the ETA rule and the speed rule. Just constantly trying to keep it at 6 seconds. So we can expedite our approach. Drop it down to 5, 4. Get ourselves locked in on course here. There we go. And boost to the station. I've gotten in the habit now of boosting twice before I do my contacts here because I want to make sure we get it. If I try to do it right at the border, sometimes it doesn't register that I did it within the range, and then I end up trespassing. Alright, so that's going to do it for today's episode. Hopefully you guys had lots of fun. Be sure to click the like button, subscribe to help us reach 10,000 subscribers. Join as a member for early access to videos, among other perks. Or you can just leave YouTube's version of a tip with that thanks button. I also have PayPal and Patreon links for those of you who prefer to go that route. So again, thanks for watching. Be sure to come back for the next video, and I'll see you then.